I happen to think this is a very, very big deal. But hey, I can't tell you what to think. You can decide for yourself. But this announcement from Russia, from China, from the BRICS nations, that they are working on their own reserve currency to move away from the dollar because they're fed up with the dollar being used as a weapon. They're fed up with the financial monetary games being played by the West. I think it's massive, massive news. But again, you need to decide for yourself. Most importantly, what does it mean for the price of silver and gold as we head into the coming quarters, years, decades? Is it still wise to have some money invested in the precious metals, in the mining stocks? We're going to talk about all that and more in this video starting right now. Now, this move from the Eastern countries to start their own reserve currency, it was not headline news in the West, and I'm going to address that in the video. But what is headline news is that I appreciate you joining me here in the basement. You are important. There's only one you. There's no Ron's Basement without you. If you like my content, you can subscribe, give it a thumbs up, turn on the bell notifications, share this anywhere you like, and don't forget to give me your opinion down in the comments section. I am often wrong, so I love to read your feedback. Now, why wasn't this headline news in the West? It was more reported by the Eastern news channels and by places like Zero Hedge. I think a guy called Quoth the Raven had an article about it. But Putin and the Chinese explicitly announced that they are working on a new reserve currency to be used between the BRICS nations. That's Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. They want to move away from the dollar. And it wasn't headline news because that's horrible news for the West, for the United States. Have you ever noticed, like, when there's something's not going well for the West, like the Afghanistan situation 7 or 8 months ago, that big cluster bomb that went off over there, or even now the war in the Ukraine, which isn't going so well for the West, that they kind of stop reporting about it? You're not going to hear on the Today Show or Good Morning America about the fact that the Chinese and the Russians want to move away from the US dollar. Okay? What's even more alarming about this is that other countries have also expressed interest in this arrangement. Countries like Egypt, Turkey, and the one that's really, really scary for the United States, Saudi Arabia. We've had arrangements with them since the 70s that oil would be traded only in dollars. They are now throwing that out the window, or looking at throwing that out the window, and looking into joining this new reserve currency coalition. Not good news for the West, especially when you look at our financial condition. You know, look at the overall financial condition of the three main Western powers, Japan, all of Europe combined, and the United States. We aren't in the best of financial conditions, and they realize that in these countries, these BRICS countries, Russia and China leading the way, want a new reserve currency that they can trade in, conduct financial transactions in, and they want it, here's the really important part, they want it to be backed by something real. And I'm telling you, the Chinese and the Russians, they love gold, they love silver, they love their precious metals. They've been buying more and more and more over the last decade. This could be very good for the price of precious metals from an insurance standpoint if you're a person who lives in the West, because the world is changing. Look what's going on. Look at geopolitically right now. Have we ever been in such a contentious position with other world powers? We aren't getting along real well with Russia. We aren't getting along real well with China. Things are changing very, very rapidly. And when you factor in all the leverage, all the debt that's held by the Western countries, things could happen in an instant, and you need to be prepared. That's just my thought on the subject. Wanted to share it with you. If you have some great thoughts, please Give feedback in the comment section below. We want to protect ourselves with precious metals. And heck, with now like half the world moving to a new financial system, there's never been a time to be more focused on what's going on in the world to really dig in than right now. Hey, I'll be with you through this all, through all the turbulent waters. We'll make it. Everything is okay and everything will be okay. Until next time, you be well.